Hello everyone, Mark here, Mark's Max Muscle, and this is a very special presentation for a You Pick Tuesday. This is your first of two, and this is the original request from Emmanuel Rodriguez. Compare the last 10 Olympia champion winners and their best versions. Well, we're going to cross that 10 out, and we're going to stick with these 8 gentlemen, the last 8 Olympia champions. With all due respect to Lee Haney and Samir Banu, it's just disrespectful to them two guys to even compare. I mean, it was prior to the Mass Monster era, so it really kind of confused things. I mean, sure, they may have placed high in a couple of the shots, but they're lag development, things of that nature. You know what I'm saying, guys. So we're going to stick with from 1993 all the way to 2020. And what a lineup, guys. Let's take a look at these guys individually, one by one, before we begin this contest. Dorian Yates, 1993. This is not his first Olympia. It's their best version, in my opinion, that is. And it could get debatable. And I don't think it's a debate for Dorian Yates. But here, Ronnie Coleman, he is the next gentleman on the list. And for this comparison, I think 2003 will be the best one. I mean, in a competition using all Ronnie Coleman versions, it's debatable, but I think against other opponents, his largest version will do just fine. Cutler, this is his 2009 version, and this may confuse some of you guys. This is arguably his best version, of course, 2009. And then we go ahead to Dexter Jackson. This is 2008, which is the year before. It's because Cutler won his first Olympia title before Dexter Jackson did in 2006. And this has to be an Olympia version for this. And if it was the 2009 Dexter Jackson, that's debatable too. I would say 2009 is quite a bit better than 2008. But this is Olympia winning versions, guys. Next in line, we have Phil Heath. And I'm going to try to hurry this ahead because, you know, time restraints, things of that nature. And this guy, you know, captured his first title 2011 all the way to 2017. Dominance, Phil Heath domination. Until he run into this guy, 2018, Shawn Rhoden. Of course, they met before, guys. But you know what I'm saying? He won the title in 2018. Hasn't been seen since. Never really lost the title, Shawn Rhoden. And then there is the 2019 champion, Brandon Curry. And the last guy, Big Ramy here. The last 3 were all one-time champions. And Dexter Jackson was a one-time. So you're going to maybe look at them guys to maybe fall last in line, but you never know. Let us begin this one, and ladies and gentlemen, this is a very difficult task, and it was a very difficult venture to judge. And these are your last place gentlemen, with all due respect. 8th place, Shawn Rhoden. I believe his arms were, like I said, with all due respect, the weakest, I guess. And as good as his midsection is, really, I don't know. I think the Dorian Yates and Big Ramy, they present a very tight midsection in comparison with their upper body. And like I said, it's very difficult to place these guys last. And in 7th place, Dorian. At 6th, Big Ramy. So for those of you keeping track at home, gets confusing. And this is your next call out, for so to speak. This is Brandon Curry. Then I have him in 5th, Dexter Jackson in 4th, and Cutler in 3rd. And guys, this is, like I said, very difficult to judge. I do focus on in the arms, of course, overall conditioning, things of that nature. But when you have this many guys, it really gets confusing. And God bless you, the real judges that have to judge a whole lineup, because it does get debatable, guys. It does get debatable. Here is the 1st and 2nd place, and I have Phil Heath in 2nd, and Ronnie King Coleman needn't have any explanation here. I mean, he's got the best arms, he's the biggest dude, he's fantastic. Phil Heath has an overall condition about him that was enough to defeat the Cutlers, the Dexter Jacksons, Brandon Currys. Anyway, guys, this is how it's judging, and I'm sure a lot of you guys were shocked at the front double. where I put all these guys, but hey, if you did it and you put it out here, everybody would probably say, what? What are you doing? But that's how it is. That's how it is. Let's go to the next pose and the front lat spread. And we see Dexter Jackson standing there. That is because he is the clear winner. He's defeating everybody in this pose. Of course, guys, I'm joking. It's because he's the clear... I hate to call him a loser, but he's falling 8th place in this one. Now, next we have a matchup one-on-one. And I was forced to kind of do it this way, guys, because so many guys. I mean, you could easily put Jay Cutler in the next lineup as well as Phil Heath. But this is the way it is, and I actually have Phil Heath ahead of Jay Cutler. And I know you guys are surprised. I originally had Jay far ahead. But I don't know. The more I look, Phil looks good, guys. Difficult one to judge. Go to the next lineup. And these three, I think, had enough to defeat the Jay Cutlers, the Phil Heaths in this shot. The silhouette's fantastic. And as far as Shawn Rhoden is concerned, just dreamlike. That X-frame, it looks so good. Could easily come in first between these three, but I have him in last. In this lineup, that is. And Brandon Curry, his silhouette forces him ahead of Shawn Rhoden, but his lag development keeps him underneath of Big Ramy. And here is your final two. Now I have Coleman ahead of Dorian Yates here, but hold on a second, you Dorianites. 1993 pictures of Dorian Yates suck. Let's have another one that's more fair. Lacks the calves, which would help Dorian Yates, I might add. And in this one, I think we can clearly see, guys, that Dorian, lat for lat, he is a monster, and I think he would destroy Ronnie Coleman, rather. And he lacked the chest fibers, muscle fibers to combat against Coleman. But here, like I said, you can clearly see, guys, Dorian Yates, he's kind of getting ripped off when it comes to his photos. But here, I put him on the other side, but cancel that. Dorian Yates is the winner of the front lat spread, and Ronnie Coleman falls in second place. And from for the first place, way down to the 8th place goes Dorian Yates. He plummets down to 8th in the side chest development, and I know I'll take some heat for this one. But guys, compared to the other ones, he just didn't have that pop, that sting, that wow. Go to the 7th, 6th, and 5th place participants in this one. And guys, really, no matter how you rearrange this, it's going to be difficult. It's going to be a difficult task. I mean, wheels, lag-wise, Brandon Curry, I'd put him in last place, for sure. And it's debatable between the other two dudes. But upper body-wise, Brandon Curry is flattening Shawn Rhoden and Big Ramy. And no, I didn't missize Big Ramy. He sits down solo, and that's one reason why I kind of deducted him and bumped him down below Shawn Rhoden. And very, very close. I could have easily did this competition before and maybe sided towards Big Ramy over Rhoden, but I don't know. I like Rhoden. His pec looks a little bit better than Ramy's. But man, Brandon Curry, very impressive. Go to, what are those, 4th and 3rd place participants? Jay Cutler and Phil the Doctor. And this is going to be debatable too, guys. And I'm just going to throw that out there. And like I said, anybody else going to do this? It's going to be, you're going to make choices, and then you're going to look at a guy way down low and way up high, and you're going to think, well, it could go either way. But I'm putting Phil Heath ahead of Jay Cutler, and Jay Cutler is a monster here. I find Phil a little more aesthetically pleasing. I don't know. I went back and forth with my decision on this, though, guys. Here's 1 and 2, and it is the aesthetics of Dexter the Blade Jackson and his pec display that got him ahead. He was able to bump ahead of all the other gentlemen, and that's a debate. But I probably won't see too many arguments with putting Ronnie King Coleman in first. It's an obvious thing, guys. It's the size. It's the conditioning. If nothing else. I mean, pec display, pec for pec. Hey, I'd give it to Dexter the Blade Jackson if he was the same size and even the same condition, which he's not. I mean, Ronnie Coleman was negative body fat, guys. Negative. Hey, don't argue with me. Go argue with Ronnie Coleman. I'm not going to. I believe him. Anyway, next pose. Beginning, of course, with the 8th place guy in 8th place. So, you know, at the end of the day, the more points, the worse it is for you. And Dexter falls in last in line in the side try. Here is 7th, 6th, and 5th, 7th. Shawn Rhoden with the lack of tricep. And ahead of him, just ahead of him, is Brandon Curry. Because of the tricep development alone. If not for that, then I would give it to Shawn Rhoden. I mean, look at those traps, the quads. And Big Ramy overall has the best balance, I think, out of these three. Good tricep, good physique. Of course, he crouches down so low, guys. But anyway, that's that lineup. Go to the next call out. And guys, you're going to have a protein shake. This one, much like I thought, is going, you know, 3rd, 4th quarter, 3rd period, whatever you would say, 9th inning, 10th, 11th inning for this one. But anyway, I'm sure you guys can pause it and, you know, watch it later. Ronnie Coleman, debatably, gets ahead of Big Ramy. He surprises me. Every time I look at this 03 Ronnie Coleman side tricep, stuff of legend. He could easily defeat Jay Cutler here. But Jay Cutler's display is so perfect. Tricep not bad either. I mean, guys, you could really rearrange. Yeah, you could rearrange the whole matchup and argue, say Shawn Rhoden, his physique is better than everybody else's. But I give Dr. Phil the all-important 2nd place. So that's like a win. Wait a minute. Who's first? Boom. That side tricep is first. Not even an argument, guys. Compared to any of the other ones. I mean, condition-wise, the shape, the tricep. Oh, what is this? Come on! Do not forget about the gamecock himself. The transformation between Arnold Schwarzenegger and Dorian the bloody bloomin' pudding Yates. Let us go for a good steak. Anyway, it's very cloudy today. I'm gonna put on some old porno films. Come on, gents, let's watch together. Anyway, enough of that foolishness. First of the 2 back shots, we begin 8th, 7th, and 6th. Poor Dexter Jackson. Awesome back development. Good, crisp. Conditions not bad. Maybe even slightly better than Brandon Curry's. But that's debatable. That's debatable. I mean, in 08, it was not exactly the best year for conditioning, I guess, for with all due respect. But Brandon is just twice as wide in the back development. I understand he is losing in the legs, I think, against Dexter, but I think it's the overwhelming back. And Shawn Rhoden, upper body, lower body, he has the best blend, I guess. It's a very close decision, guys, but I do believe the conditioning of Shawn Rhoden gets him ahead out of this group with ease. Now, the next 2 dudes, this is Jay Cutler, Big Ramy, and they'll be battling for 5th and 4th. 4th and 5th, guys. Where do I put who? Do I put Jay Cutler ahead of Big Ramy? Big Ramy seems to be wider in the lat development. But then again, Jay's traps I find a little bit more romantic, a little bit better. What did I just say? Anyway, I said it. They're nicer looking, I believe, the traps. They're more mountainous, and Ramy's holding his delts back. I was surprised at these 09 glutes of Jay Cutler. Very dry, very conditioned. I was going to go with Big Ramy, but you know what? When I look at the hamstring development, and if we could see the rest of the wheels, Jay Cutler has some of the best calves of all the Olympia champions, for sure, bar none. I was leaning towards Big Ramy for the win here, but I'm going with Jay Cutler. So let's take a look, guys, at the top 3. And wowee, what a decision to make on this. Dorian Yates, terrible pitcher here. I mean, can't see really anything good. This is the only other one here, and I think due to lack of good footage, I think we're putting Dorian last place, which is unfortunate. And it's a debate between Coleman and Heath. I have done this match probably before, and hey, I could easily... I didn't even check, guys. Just to make it fair, to not bamboozle my decision-making, I didn't even check on previous matchups that I did with these guys at all. Any of them. So, if it doesn't make sense, that's probably why. Anyway. I'm going with Coleman for the big win. He is just too big. He's too big. Now, when I have this huge lineup, I'm kind of going for condition and size more than aesthetics and just sheer perfectness, because Phil would get the win if that's maybe what I was in the mood for, I guess. Go to the next back shot. Time restraints, guys. Brandon Curry falls in 8th place, and Dexter the Blade Jackson 7th. I find his back a little bit better here than the rear lat comparison. But anyway, like I said, time. And Rhoden, this is basically the exact same. He's bigger, more conditioned. And boom, go to the next call out. And this is the exact same thing as well, guys. This is what? 5th and 4th? And it's the same battle, except this time I am going with Big Ramy. I believe it's a little uneven is the back development of Jay Cutler. And hey, it was close, pretty much a tie between the two in both. So I figured, be fair, give one and the other. But I think it is fair that way anyway. And of course, back developments, guys, are basically the exact same judging, except, wait a hold on a second, don't hit thumbs down yet. I'm going to be judging this one right now, and like I said, the time restraints, I'm going to be quick. I'm giving this one to Dorian Yates. I'm giving him first prize. I think his back development, hey, leg display, take it for what it is. He's flattening the other two guys in the calves, if you want to get down to it. But back-wise, looks like his back is twice as hard, twice as grainy as the other two gentlemen. And between the other two, I'm going to give this one to Ronnie Coleman. He's just so big. When it's a huge lineup like this, guys, more into the size, I guess. First prize, like I said, Dorian Yates. So that's getting him some points. Abs and thigh. And I placed poor Ramalama Ding Dong in last here. This is an aesthetic pose to me, I believe. And he does fall in last in line in that aspect. Brandon Curry is silhouette, maybe some of the best, but a little too smooth, Gorilla. Little too smooth, Monsoon. Jay Cutler, he has the quads, the ab separation. It's the flow, and I don't know. I just can't quite put my finger on it. Not my favorite abs and thigh, but I mean, with those quads and those abs, I had to place him somewhere. Now, we're throwing Dorian Yates here just by himself. It's 5th. He's in 5th place. He could have went higher, in my opinion. He was very aesthetically pleasing. I love his midsection. But quad-wise, lag-wise, he probably maybe even could have been lower. But I got him in 5th. It's just uncomparable. Here is 4th, 3rd, and 2nd. Where's 1st? Anyway, this is, like I said, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. 2nd place is Dexter the Blade Jackson. It is an aesthetic pose, and his midsection, just the best. It's fantastic, guys. And the most musculars, things of that nature, I would go for the size. Abs and thigh, could care less, unless it's even. In which case, could be even between Phil Heath and Ronnie King Coleman. But look at those quads of Coleman. Surprised me how high he gets in the side triceps, abs and thighs, things of that nature. His weaker pose, supposed. He does very well for himself. And Phil Heath, like I said, gets himself a couple of points here. However you guys want to do this, whatever you would give negative points. That's how they do it in the real judges. The one with the most points actually loses. And this is the guy that would get those least amount of points. 0 points. For Shawn Rhoden, he is absolutely the winner in the abs and thigh. No dispute. So the lack of points, or the more points he was getting in the weaker shots, he's kind of making up for it in a pose like this. Very aesthetically pleasing, guys. top 3 abs and thigh of all time. Finish this dandy of a matchup off 20 minutes in, guys. And surely you have had at least a protein bar. Most muscular, and we're not beginning with Dorian Yates because he is the winner. This is a different angle, I guess, if that helps you. I don't know. I can't quite put my finger on it. Can you guys? This was prior to tearing his bicep, and it still looks torn. But either way, guys, in 8th place. Here is 7th, 6th, and 5th. And these 3 studs, I mean, to place these guys under anybody is kind of ridiculous. And to rank these 3 in any order is kind of ridiculous as well. I mean, take your pick, guys. Take your pick. I went back and forth and back. But I think Jay Cutler's just overall, he sticks out at me a little bit more. Well, maybe Shawn Rhoden. I don't know. We're putting Jay ahead in this group. Now here is 4th, 3rd, and 2nd. And 4th is Big Ramy, and that's a debate. He's so huge compared to Dexter the Blade Jackson. And maybe this is a little bit of a political help for Dexter, but I don't know. Those traps, huge. I love his crab position, most muscular. And Big Ramy's not the best for that position. I use their best of each. Phil Heath, I think he trumps Dexter the Blade Jackson just on the arm development alone. Not the traps, though. Not the traps. So, political help will get you so far. Only so far here at Mark's Max Muscle. And you got to be Dexter Jackson to get that help. Here's the clear winner of the most muscular crab position. Or any position, for that matter. It just so happens that it is a crab. Ronnie Coleman. And that about does it, I guess. Oh, wait. We have to announce who placed where. So, beginning with 8th place, guys, we have the unenviable placing of Brandon Curry. He places 8th, and I'm sure not too many are surprised. He picked himself up 49 points, which is the most, of course. 7th place, we have Shawn Rhoden. Rhoden got himself 45 points, little bit less, very close between the last 3 or 4 guys. And in 6th place, we have Dexter the Blade Jackson with 42 points. And in 5th place, we have a tie. So Dexter is in 5th with this guy, Big Ramy. They both got 42 points. So I don't know why I put Dexter before Big Ramy. Maybe because of the political help. So there's your politics right there, guys. Got him a tie. Big Ramy. And in 4th place, Jay Cutler. I was surprised. I actually did a prediction about this, and I had him in the top 3. Had him in the top 3 before I even judged it, of course. In a lineup thing, things change, guys. Things change. And your 3rd place bodybuilder of all time, Dorian the Shadow Yates. Not for a couple of very weak poses, in my opinion, that is. He would have, I think he could have got first. Oh, Jay Cutler had 37 points because Dorian had 34. So it was a nail biter between them two. Them two guys were, quite ahead of just about everybody else, Dorian and Jay. And in 2nd place, guys, should be no surprise, Phil the Dr. Heath with 24 points, a whopping 10 points less than Dorian Yates. So, he basically won this one, guys, because it should be no surprise at all. In a lineup, King Coleman will prevail, and he does reign supreme as King Bodybuilder, or I guess King of the Bodybuilders. Either way, I'm sure it comes as no surprise and may come to a blow to the Dr. Phil Heath and to the Shadow Yates. Anyway, guys, that is your best 8 bodybuilders of all time, your greatest Olympia, your last 8 Olympia champions in a lineup, and that's how I see it. Hit thumbs up on the video, guys, and subscribe to the channel. Have a great day.